These people hate the fact that you make life easier for yourself as a woman. They want to see you struggling. You see, a woman who lives in her soft strength, her divine feminine energy, she understands that everything does not have to be done the hard way. A woman who is divinely feminine, who appreciates and values her body, her mind, her spirit, she is not pushing to do everything the hard way. She is not pushing for endless struggles. Never allow someone access into your life who will require you to give up your feminine softness. And when I say your feminine softness, this is not just about what you look like or your aesthetic. It is about your mindset and the way you conduct your life, the way you carry yourself as a business, as a woman. See, there are some people, they actually are so accustomed to seeing their mothers struggle, their aunties struggle, their cousins be very hard, rough, and rugged. When they come across a confident, feminine, wise woman, while she is very resilient and she knows how to take care of her business, she chooses to do that in an easier way. Refuse access to people who will require you to always be stressed and rammed down with the cares of this life. A woman who truly values her femininity, values her mind, values her spirit, she is not against doing things the easy way. That is not to say that you will not have challenges. That is not to say that you will not have troubles, but you're not looking to make things harder than what they have to be. A lot of women are not able to truly be in their feminine energy, to lean into their divine femininity, because they are surrounded by people who are constantly encouraging them to do things the hard way. So what is an example of this? When you are a feminine woman, wise, discerning, you have that resilient but soft strength, you understand that challenges will come, and because of it, you like to operate in a way that balances you mentally and spiritually so that you're prepared for when those hard things come. You are more clear of mind because you operate in a more softer and pure way. When you have a sober mind as a woman, you can see challenges that might come down the line and you start preparing yourself for them. I'll give you an example of this. Let's say, and this is not really a challenge, this is just a responsibility. Let's say as a woman, you understand that every month your mortgage is $1,200, $1,300. You might have a car payment of like $300 or $400. You're not the kind of woman to wait until the last minute to make sure that you have that money available because these are your reoccurring expenses. You always have that money available. You're not waiting until the very end to get what you need and then scramble and try to figure out how am I going to get the rest of this money. You are already saving systematically so that when the time comes, it's already done. But see, people who want access to your life, who don't have that structured mindset, those are your people who will spend down to the last dollar, and then when something is due, they don't have it. Women who are divinely feminine, they have financial literacy. They have financial awareness. And I know some people might wonder, well, what does finances and money have to do with being a feminine woman or operating in your soft strength? A lot of women are not able to be in their feminine energy, to be in that queen energy, that queen mindset, because they're struggling for money, because they're trying to figure out how they're going to pay their bills, or because they're dealing with people who are in their lives taking up space, but they are not helping them. You never want to give access to people, especially if you are in a relationship, ladies, and I need you to understand this. The only way you're truly going to be able to lean into your divine feminine strength and have that soft strength, but yet still be feminine, is if you are in a relationship with someone who understands that the heavy lifting is up to them. And I know that might sound very old-fashioned to some people, but when it comes to the feminine and the masculine, if you are in a relationship with a man, There is no reason why you should be working at the sweat of your brow or scrambling to make things happen when you have an able-bodied, warm-blooded person that's a male in your home. So as women, a part of getting away from doing things the harder way and making things a little bit easier for yourself as a woman is to make sure you understand your feminine place, your feminine traits, and the things that are required of you as a feminine woman. You don't need to work yourself down to the bone or, scrape up your pretty hands trying to make things happen if you are in a situation where you have masculinity that can help you with that. So these people hate the fact that you choose to do things easier for yourself as a woman. They want to see you struggle. And many women, when they decide to be more feminine, when they decide to start receiving from other people and stop doing all of the heavy lifting, you would be surprised at the people who actually take issue with you because you're allowing the man in your life to be a man. Because you are taking a back seat and saying, I'm going to rest, I'm going to nurture, I'm going to be a help, and I'm not going to lead. For some people, they don't understand, especially some women who have been hardened by life. When you allow this world to harden you, which you shouldn't, and make you more of a masculine type of woman, you don't understand that essentially, and I know this is going to sound like something, it's a man's job to be strong. It's a man's job to do the heavy lifting. And this is not to say that you cannot lean into your femininity apart from a man, because you absolutely can. It's not about that. But when it comes to being a woman who chooses to make life easier for herself, it is about utilizing every resource that's available to you so that you can lean into that femininity and not be so stressed. And a major part of that, if you are in a relationship, is to let the man do it. I know for me, and I'm not speaking as a judge, I'm speaking because I know from 20 years of marriage that the only way you can truly feel and know you're in that feminine essence, that feminine energy, is if you let the man in your life lead when it comes to the heavy lifting. That way, you're not overworked. Things are easier for yourself. You're not weighed down with a lot of the issues that more men, I believe, and this is my opinion, are normally mentally equipped to deal with heavier things than we are, or at least I could say for myself, but I digress. My husband will debate you nonstop about different issues. For me, I only have a few minutes in me and then I can't do it. I let him. I'm like, look, he'll take care of that. Oil needs to change. He'll take care of that. I've never gotten my oil changed. And I'm not saying that to flex. I'm saying it because as feminine women, utilize every resource you have available to you. Even if you're not in a relationship, and if you are in a position to have people come along and help you, if you're able to have somebody come in and clean your house once a week, or if you're able to have a meal service, meal prep service, deliver food to your home. If you decide to just order out once in a while to not constantly cook for your family, that doesn't make you any less of a mother. You're choosing to do things easier so that you can stay in that softer way of being. See, another thing that people, and you really don't want to have people in your life who want access to you so they can make you struggle, the major thing they'll try to convince you of is that you're being lazy. You need to understand, ladies, that being a feminine woman, being divinely feminine and leaning into your feminine softness is not being lazy. It is understanding that you are not built like a man. You are not meant to withstand the same, labor that a man can over an extended amount of time. It's understanding your limitations as a woman and working within those limitations. Women, and this is actually Women's History Month. March 1st made Women's History Month. Women are some of the most strongest, resilient, powerful people on the planet. So when I speak like this, I'm not saying that women are weak. I'm saying that we are different. And divinely feminine women understand that and try to make life easier for themselves. Do not give access to your life to people who will try to convince you that you're lazy because you want to make things easier for yourself as a woman. And sometimes it's the perception that you're being perceived as lazy. And that's something, as a woman who wants to make life easier for herself and not always struggle, you really have to check yourself when it comes to that. Are you perceiving that others see you as lazy because now you're not working full time, or you're not working around the clock, or because you're not endlessly chasing some kind of goal, you're just enjoying your life? I know for me, when I decided to work part-time and really give more time and attention to my businesses, to my YouTube channels, on the inside, I started to feel that, is this right for me to do? How does it look to other people? Is this normal? And then I started thinking with my clear mind, with my resilient, soft strength, God-given divine femininity, and I realized I'm in alignment. That's what you want as a woman. You don't care about the perception of others when it comes to making life easier for yourself. You want to ask yourself, am I in alignment? Are you in alignment with how you were created to be as a feminine woman? And if the answer to that is yes, then you are doing the right thing. So these people hate the fact that you're making life easier for yourself as a woman. They want to see you struggle. People who do not understand divine femininity, who do not understand being in that feminine energy, they're not going to understand while everybody is at work during the day, you're home resting, or you're at the gym, or you're running your errands midday instead of being at work. When you try to make things easier for yourself, people are not going to understand why your kids are not home with you right now. They're actually, at their grandmother's house because you need a break. Some people will try to make you feel like you're being a neglectful mother because they're with their grandparent or with whomever. Some people are going to try to say you're not a great mother or a great person because you order out. If ordering food, getting food delivered, getting a DoorDash or Uber Eats gives you an opportunity to just decompress for that night, I promise you, you and or your kids are not going to be unhealthy because you decided to get one food order delivered. And I say that to remind myself, because I do that from time to time because I don't feel like cooking all the time. One of the fabulous things of no longer trying to prove how strong you are is that you do what feels good to you. And while we are feminine women, we are divinely feminine, we operate in our feminine energy, we don't completely base our decisions off of how we feel. But when it comes to little things such as trying to make life easier for yourself by taking advantage of conveniences and utilizing the resources that you have available to you, some people will never understand it. That brings me to the next point. When you are dealing with people who hate the fact that you are making life easier for yourself, they want to see you struggle, do not allow people to talk you out of your femininity. Don't allow people to convince you that somehow you're not feminine, you're not in alignment, you're not trying to rest, you're just trying to be lazy. This is not normal. This is 2020, whatever. You'll have some people who are trying to convince you, or will try to convince you, that you have to be like everybody else. The beautiful thing about women who truly are divinely feminine, who lean into their feminine energy, they understand that they are not like everybody else. While the average woman might be able to go nonstop, we understand that while we physically can do that, we will pay the price over time. We'd rather do what we can, enjoy our quiet time, enjoy our peace, enjoy our hobbies. Most importantly for me, enjoy time with God so that I can be pure in my mind, have a sober mind, so that way when challenges do come, you're equipped to deal with it. Not only does learning how to do things easier for yourself as a woman, it allows you to really get clear on what you want for your life, and it helps you to have more structure in how you conduct your life. People who are constantly going, they're normally slipping up on something, or they have issues that come about because they forgot, they never took time to rest. Don't allow people in your life who want to just push you past your limits and essentially break you down. So these people don't understand, and they don't like the fact that you're making life easier for yourself as a woman. Don't let them convince you you're lazy. Don't let them convince you that you're not accomplishing anything. Whatever other kind of manipulative words people who don't get it when it comes to living in alignment as a feminine woman, let them think what they want to think. As long as you are seeing the results in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, continue to be divinely feminine you, lean into your feminine energy, focus on yourself, and don't allow other people to get you out of alignment. This is Soft Strength Society, where we overcome, evolve, and elevate as women. If any of that interests you, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. And make sure you hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, make sure you put the cute little butterfly emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.